Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon card live stream. It's me, Mr. Cardconomist. How's it going everybody? It's Friday, the best day of the week because we all get off work. Except for me, I'm going to be working. What's up? He says free ones. I'm here for the free ones. Oh, let me go get the free ones out. Speaking of free ones, man, I got some good cards for those Pokebras on the way now. Look at this. We got some fantastic cards just waiting to be placed into those Pokebras. I have like an endless supply of holographic Japanese cards now. Whew, holy Jesus. Ooh, that's a little worn out, that one. So these are not mint, but that's how I'm able to afford them, basically. If these were mint, obviously they'd cost a lot more, but these are a little worn down, some of them. Some of them are in actually pretty good condition. The seller didn't like pick through them or anything. These are just part of a big lot he had because he is a card dealer in Japan. And he and I worked out a pretty large Pokemon card deal. Whew. Ninetales, Nidoking. Beautiful, man. Look at that Raichu. Base set Raichu. I found some interesting stuff already. I found 2 no rarity Misty cards. I was like, Jesus. So this might seem like a lot. You know, this whole box is hollows. But it's actually only a portion of the deal. Look at this over here. That's 3 more boxes. And I had to put some over there as well, you can see. And there's more on my desk. It was crazy. There's a ton of cards. Mr. I'm a hedge-ended UO dying Mr. So sad. That's sad. Car crashes are crazy. Remember what I said? I said I don't like to drive too much. I consider driving not just a cost, but it's also a risk. So when you go driving, you always have that risk of crashing. And it might not even be you. Somebody else might crash into you, and you have no control over that. So, you know, driving's not really a luxury to me. It's a necessity. And I try to do less and less of it if I can. She died today. They took her off life support. Oof. I'm going nuts. I'm packing for university, says Magnus the Great. Oh, Mr. Magnus. Have fun at university. It's an exciting place to be. I drive 1,000 miles a week. Did I miss anything good? I used to do something like that, Bergs. I used to drive a lot for Coca-Cola because that was my job. And I did Coca-Cola. That was 2 years I had that job before I went to university. It's never really, he says, it's never really ever your fault when you crash. For real, the sun's going to fade those cards. Those cards will be just fine, I promise. Are you going to grade any of those and no rarity cards? The sun only comes into that window for like maybe an hour. And if you think about it, they're all facing away. So it's really only the card at the very back of the box. So I'm already aware of that. And I try to have the card at the back of the box be like, you know, have like a one of these guys right here on it like this. See? So if you have that, that's blocking all the sunlight anyways. So they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Besides that, they move pretty fast. Those cards will all be rotated out pretty quickly. Lights in your room will do the same. Yeah, I agree. Lights, whatever. It can all fade your card. That's why you got to get them graded, guys. Get them graded and put away, okay? I did custom framing and dealt with a lot. Nice, man. Look at all this. Look at all these cards. We just got tons of cards, man. But especially we have a couple new ones. These are cards that returned from SLAB-AWAY. The sellers did not pay them down. We have this beautiful Ho-Oh Legend. And it's $470 for the top and the bottom. They match, right? This is like the V-Union cards. Gorgeous. Look at the artwork for a second on that. Jesus, that's cool. So that's holographic, and that is the Ho-Oh artwork. Wow, bring back artworks like that. That's amazing. And so the best part is these were sequentially graded. 225 and 226, they're both 9s. So this, if you were going to collect a 9, this is perfect. So it's $470, you get both cards, and they're sequentially graded. You won't find that online. Okay, so it's very special because they're meant to go together, and the person who sent them off to grade, maybe he got them out of the same box or the same collection. So that's very, very cool. All right, now we have, oh, look at the difference between the PSA 10 and the CGC 9.5. That's very interesting. So we have this gorgeous Darkrai Breakpoint. He actually went up in price since when the person put it away. You want to see something wild on this grade, though? Look, that was in the 4s. Now look at this side, and then look at this side. is so off center, dude. But you know what? They're gonna call it a 10, and you're gonna be able to sell it as a 10. So that's what it comes down to, I guess. By the grade, right? Here's Gengar Mimikyu, having gone up in price a little bit. We have another Gengar Mimikyu on the desk. You know, I was surprised that he was as cheap as he was just the other day, but he's all gone off the market now, and there's one in auction that's surpassed $500 in auction. So he's $540 if you're wanting one of these supreme Gengar Mimikyus. They look extremely good, and I was very surprised that he fell down to $300 momentarily. But things change quickly because, you know, it's not like there were 20 of them on the market at that price. Here's Vaporeon 9, a really beautiful card from the Jungle Collection. $94 is a lot cheaper than an actual booster of, you know, Japanese Jungle, which is, I think, like $250 or somewhere in that range. So, you know, it missed the 10, and because of that, it's worth so little, because you also have to consider part of the $94 is actually the price of the authentication and grade. You know, if you were to send one of these to PSA, you'd have to pay $30 getting authenticated and graded. And yeah, I mean, that's a good price. In my opinion, that's a good price based on the booster pack price. Excuse me. Here, let me cough real fast. There we go. I feel better. All right, so we have this Deoxys and Espeon 10 from Tag Team. Another card, I'm very surprised at the price here. It's a hyper rare card, which means it's pretty hard to actually pull this out of Tag Team. And I know that because we've opened a lot of Tag Team, tons of it, in fact. And this is only $200. That's wild, because a box of Tag Team is more than 200 these days, I'm pretty sure. So your odds of actually pulling a good Deoxys Espeon is so low, and it's not even guaranteed to be a 10 when you go to grade it. So this is a very good grade. Here's a card that probably won't last. This is an English Lugia from Neo Genesis at a very affordable $110. This is the kind of card that disappears from the table like in one stream. And then also this very delicious looking Ancient Origins Gyarados. This was another card that surprisingly went up in price since when the person had put it into SLAB-AWAY. But they loved it there since like September, so they didn't want to pay it off, I guess. So I had to reclaim it. All right. Let's find out where we were. I got along into the PayPal's. PayPal's having me do a security trick. Let's see. All the walkways, it says. Select all squares with traffic lights. Something on our end went wrong. What? All right, let's try that again. We got Super Smash Brothers Melee playing in the background. Go over the list, mister. Let's go over the list, everybody. Great idea. How many people forgot they have a SLAB-AWAY? I think some people do forget. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people in Pack Break A. You know what that means. Pack Break A is going to end. Somebody's going to... There's always the people, the impulse buyers, I call them. They go, oh, the list is almost done. I'm in. Where's Edgar? Mr. Robot. I'm back to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we got 9 spots in the Fossil Pack Break. Mr. I ordered an hour ago. What? Let me back up here. There we go. He can't do the authentication. How does Pack Break A work? Yeah, so there's 4 packs in there, and each person will get 4 cards in a row. You hope that at least one of the 4 booster packs you're hoping has a hit in there, and you're hoping you pull that hit. So anyways, here's the Sublist with 1 spot. Here is the Battle Booster about to be filled. Here is the Cosmic Booster Box Break about to be filled. Here's the large with great progress, great success. We also have the charity card stuck at 210 and the burn card stuck at 158. That's okay. People just add $1 or 2 here and there. It's not like those cards were ever meant to move quickly. The Gyarados was the first slab I got when I got back into the hobby. Beautiful card. Yeah, this is the Ancient Origins Ancient Trait Gyarados. Fantastic, man. Really beautiful card. I love Ancient Origins, by the way. I'll tell you guys a secret. I just bought another box of Ancient Origins to add to my back stock of booster boxes because I really like that booster box. Do I have any TCCG to show off? Not yet. So showing off the cards that are done grading is going to be a slower process these days to make sure that we go through some quality controls before the cards make it to the table. Okay, but we will show them off soon. Edgar, a different Edgar. What? I'm logging in. Whoa, we got a Daniel order. Daniel Wiseman order. So there's Brooks, though. But where did we stop last night? Joseph Campolongo, Manuel Diaz. I think we stopped at Manuel Diaz. What is this music, man? Andrew Bertrand, can I get one Pokebra and ship my bag? I should have 2 slabs. Thanks again. $2 extra for whatever you choose. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Let's get Andrew a Pokebra then. Hey, that's me, says Dan. It's Mr. Daniel Wiseman. What's up, man? It's nice to see you. Big Paracel and Turbo Patch. Are you allowed to trade your slab away for another? Only by canceling. So you have to cancel for $20. All right, Andrew Bertrand. There we go. That's because I don't want people to buy a slab and hold it until they decide, oh, this is a bad slab to be holding. So now that he has a better slab, I'll just trade up to the better slab. You know, I don't want that going on. It's kind of a waste of time anyways. But, you know, it would turn the slab away into this weird speculative thing. That's the whole point of the cancellation fee, is to stop you from speculating, okay? So whenever you use slab away, make sure you really, really want to pay that slab down so that whenever the price on the slab inevitably, maybe some of the slabs are going to move down. So if you got a slab that moved down in price, I don't want you giving up on it. But if you give up on it, there's going to be a little bit of a fee. Let's see. Andrew Bertrand. By the way, slabs move down in price, but they also move up in price over time too. So if you saw your slab and SLAB-AWAY dip in price, I mean, if you give it more time, it might jump back up. I actually just witnessed that happen with these cards right here. Ship my bag. Oh, I shouldn't have put it away. Here we are. I should have 2 slabs, says Andrew. Oh, Andrew, have I not shipped you before? Let's go grab your PayPal. It's John okay? I'm worried after yesterday. John's fine. You guys were the ones heckling me. John's doing a great job. Here we are. Where would I be without John? Let me get my email. And... All right, you got it, Mr. Andrew. LMAO, he got roasted. He didn't get roasted at all. You guys are such hecklers, man. Oh my gosh, last night was making me cringe, says Brooks. I love John, says Goblin. Well, why don't you marry him? I always look forward to TCCG returns to see his work. I do too. I look forward to them. They're very special. It's a special thing that we have going on. I wanted to have you grade my Rayquaza character secret rare from VMAX Climax. Could you keep it and start a new bag for me? Yes, sir, Mr. Andrew. All right, here we go. Andrew Bertrand. How do you feel about the Burning Shadows set? I don't like it because it's got the cutting error. I think that the greatest slabs are amazing. I bought a ton of them, and I've profited greatly off of them. I bought them when they were still like 80 bucks a piece. And I'm selling them these days like $400 a piece. All right, here we are. That was back before anyone else understood how rare they were going to be. But the moment I figured out about the cutting error, I'm like, wow, so these are going to be rare then. So once I figured that out, I said, I'm going to buy a ton of Burning Shadows. That's what I told myself. And Burning Shadows has become pretty expensive. Like, I see them sell for a decent price, even off of the, even when I'm, you know, not there to see, I go back and I go, well, let's see what the sold prices are on these cards are. And I'm like, oh, I'm up on these. People are paying over what they used to pay. That's not true for a lot of mod cards, by the way. Okay, so a lot of modern cards have fallen in price. We see the opposite of that with Burning Shadows, because here's a card set that's actually rare. And I saw that ahead of time and told myself, I better get some of this before it jumps in price. Andrew Bertrand. Oh, wait. He hasn't actually paid for grading. All right. I was about to give you some free grading, man. All right, you ready? There we are. Is Burning Shadows rare? Yeah, I'd say it's rare. What's up, Caitlin? How's life going? There we go. Did you see the video I sent you on the setup? I tried to watch like a minute of it. It was like not teaching me anything, though. Here we are. Why am I having a cough? John, my boy, if y'all don't chill, I'm going to throw hands for John. All right, here we are. Andrew Bertrand. There we go. Oof. 8.22. Mister, I'm new to the stream. What? The COVID economist. Life is hard, mister. Caitlin, why don't you tell me what's making life difficult for you? I'm very curious. What's going on in your life, Caitlin? All right, Brooks Bellinger says, one Pokebro, one Shiny Star V. You got it, Brooks. Get some cough drops. I'm getting some cough drops. Probably from too much streaming. Swoop. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, you got a Shining Legends Pikachu, too. That's nice. How many of these do we have? Oh, I should have restocked these already. Identify a Shiny Charizard. All right. Yeah, life is hard, man. Life's hard for everybody. Life's all about hardships and change. And, you know, you have good moments in there, too. But in general, life's pretty tough for the average person, I think. Here's Urshifu. Here's Stunfisk. There's Toxtricity. Life is easy if you have simps, like Mr. does. I wish I had simps. That would be nice. This is why Weedle is alive. I just don't have the boobies for it. There we go. I just don't like when my parents tell me what to do. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, parents tend to do that. There's Toxtricity VMAX. Caitlin, just do your best to get along with them. And when you get old enough, you'll move out because you'll get your own job and you'll get your own life together. You'll get your own place. And then you can do whatever you want in your free time. And then slowly over time, you can figure out your parents were right about everything. I'm just kidding. Wow, man, that was not planned. Brooks Bellinger, that was not planned. This comes out of Rebel Clash, by the way. So you got the Rebel Clash Toxtricity and the Shiny Star Toxtricity. That's cool, man. That's very cool. Goes to Brooks Bellinger. Are you with fat phobos or not? What's a fat phobo? Can I grade my John note? Here's Brooks Bellinger. All right, here we are. All right, there we go. My biggest problem is not getting Vader every time I buy Star Wars packs. Damn it. Where's Vader? Marcel Torres. He says, give me the battle boosters. You got it. Marcel Torres. There we go. Sweet. Danny Adam for the rest of my SLAB-AWAY. Oh, Danny. Danny's my hero. My hero. We gotta find you. Close this up over here. So Danny. Danny and the D's. He had an Arceus. You got it, Danny. I'm gonna go find Arceus, guys. Hold on, you might actually be on the table over here. You might be one of those unsorted slabs. You see, I have a stack of all the new people who have done a Pokebra. There they are. And they need to be sent off to the Pokebra boxes. But you might still be over here. That means you paid yours off very quickly if you did. Oh, there it is. You did pay yours off very quickly. When the SLAB-AWAY gets paid, does it ship immediately? The answer to that question is no. You have to order a round of shipping. And the reason we do this is to make sure that we get combined shipping. Here we go, Danny Adam. So Danny Adam might actually have all kinds of different things that need to be shipped. And he might be ordering more cards tomorrow. So I don't assume that he's done ordering cards. I set this into a box so that whenever he does prepare to do the shipping, this goes along with it. There we go. So that card is set aside for shipping now. Let's see. We're done with Danny. Ever Treminio. All right, Ever. He wants $210 toward his SLAB-AWAY. You got it, Mr. Treminio. Let's see. Ever Treminio. Oh, here it is. Mew to Mew. And he is sending 210, which means you have $200 remaining. Thanks, man. That was a big payment. Here's Joseph Ortiz. Let me get a live custom Joseph Ortiz. Ooh, Joseph. Mister, what's a Pokebra? Are you seriously asking? So Pokebra is, it's like a booster pack of actual cards. And in here are some pretty cool pulls. You can actually get some really nice pulls out of your Pokebra, okay? Including a chase pull, which is typically there's always 1 to 3 chase pulls in every box, okay? So once I've done a refill on them, I always make sure like a nice pull goes in. But I'm David. Trump for Pokestan Advisor. What? Garrett Nadal says, ho-oh, SLAB-AWAY. You got it. So this is now property of Garrett Nadal. I didn't expect that to last. Some cards sell really fast, and I can almost always predict which ones. I mean, it's not a surprise somebody had already tried to slab this away. And that is because it's simply way cooler than other cards. Garrett Nadal. There we go. So these are now in SLAB-AWAY for you, and I need to write it up. Oops, I gotta stop doing this. There we go. Garrett Nadal. Ho-oh, 2, 470. All right, you got it, man. It's all yours. The sequential grading is always cool. It's extremely cool for a card like this. I mean, this is perfect. There's probably other ho-ohs out there, but there's not going to be a lot of ho-ohs where both the top and the bottom were graded together. I'm telling you, that's always going to sell better because of that. Like, let's say there were two sets of this same set, but the fact that these two were graded together, people are always going to prefer that when they go shopping. They'll buy that one first. That's a sign that you can raise the price on it a little bit. All right, Daniel Wiseman, 100 on my SLAB-AWAY. You got it, Daniel. Daniel. So Daniel Wiseman will go to $305. There you go, Daniel. He also says 3 live customs and 12 packs of new Final Fantasy Rebellion's Call. So that's not available yet. I think that's let me check my menu. That should say coming soon, right? Did you want Star Wars Fortnite? Where's there it is. Yeah, it's coming soon. So it's not here yet. I wish it was here. I'm wondering what's taking it so damn long. But what I can do is I can write you down for those 12 packs if you'd like. Do you have any games on your phone? Mr. Scared People and Paying SLAB-AWAY. Those cards were so dope. Show off the slabs. Here we are. So, 1, 2, and 3. Ah, they're cold. I'm so sorry, Daniel. That was a cold round. Man. My bad. Can I just get it? Yeah, whenever it comes in. So what I'll do for you, Mr. Daniel, I'll do you a favor. Grab this card. I'll put you down for 13 of them. How about that? Just to be nice. So I'll write down Daniel Wiseman, 13, Final Fantasy new. Oops. So whenever they arrive, if you pop back in the stream and say, hey, redeem my card, I'll go ahead and redeem it for you, I promise. Here it is. All right. If you want these legend cards, you shouldn't buy them from the U.S. Okay. Daniel Clark says, Pack Break A, I have a bag. You got it. Daniel Clark. Boy, life sure is easier when I feel well rested. I was mega tired last night. I was dying, man. Harder to stream. Put more stress on your brain or something. I'm going to turn this down a little bit now. So this music we're playing, this is Super Smash Brothers Melee music. Okay, so we have a pretty short line if you guys are wanting to jump in. We just finished Daniel Clark. Put a little check mark next to him. We have Levi Aga. 1 team up, 5 Lost Abyss, 5 Dark Phantasma. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've gotten too good at this. I'm so fast at processing orders. I think in the past I was slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we are. And 1 team up. Oh my. Here we are. Oh, so lovely. Is Trump going to jail? He's going to jail. Bad Trump, bad. Mister, I want another Gengar. Isn't he nice? Gengar's awesome. Sneep. I remember when you didn't even call no more orders. Sneep. Definitely. Shakira update. Oh, I don't know what's going on with Shakira. You guys tell me. Kingdra, you haven't found a way to make the international shipping cost less? I'm afraid not. Do you think there's a way for me to make it cost less? Typically, when you buy international items from America, is the shipping generally lower than what I'm charging? Because maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I did. You know, I really haven't stopped to research that. Live closer, only way, says Keegan. Ooh, Gengar. Grease some Mafia palms. Here's Spiritomb. Bro, Mister can't make international shipping cost less. The only thing you can do is use pirate ship. I love your shipping is amazing. I know the international shipping is a lot more than usual. Interesting. Wonder if there's a method I'm not using that's cheaper. I think I need to research that, because if I could increase our buyers to be more international buyers, that would interest me a lot. But, you know, when I go shopping for cards that are international, I almost always have to pay over $20 to have it shipped to me, right? Like, if I were to look up a card right now, it would probably cost like $20 to $24 to have it shipped to me. I've shipped international to America from the UK, and it was a similar price, says Liam Burrows. There you go. So Liam Burrows is saying similar price. eBay international shipping is like 25 USD plus import fees of $10. Pirate Ship is a service that makes some orders cheaper but more susceptible for customs. I don't get it. I'll buy a card for like $3 from Japan, free shipping, not sure how they do it. Spunky, I don't know what they're doing either. What appears to be happening, they seem to be sending letters. I wouldn't really feel comfortable shipping my cards in letters anywhere, but yeah, you're making a good point actually, because I've seen that too. It'll arrive in a letter from Japan, like, you know, a letter with a stamp on it. And I've no clue how they're managing to do that with us, because I don't have that option. Well, imagine if I could ship your cards in a letter. Wouldn't that be like super dangerous though? The government is funding a lot of international shipping in countries like Japan. Letters could be damaged, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. They always use it, and I'm always wondering how it didn't get damaged. If you have LLC, you can send shipping cheaper. Yeah, just letters. They disguise it as a greeting card. All right, cool. So that was for Levi Aga. Levi. TCG Republic will give free shipping for big orders. Here we are. Here we are. Same here, sending cards and letters, but official, it's illegal. Ooh, they're breaking the laws, huh, to make a buck. I don't like to break laws. I think eventually you get caught and fined. So might as well not get caught. Might as well just pay up front. Then you don't have any surprise authority figures checking you out. It will even have tracking sometimes. Honestly, never had issues. I do PWE with the sleeve, top loader, team bag, and tape. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. All right, next up we got Justin Robinson. 1 pack break. Oh, Justin. 1 pack break A. That ends pack break A. Justin Robinson. We have post NL. Here we are. He says 1 live custom. I have a bag. Okay, Justin, let's see if you get lucky. Oh, you are getting lucky. Number 45 for our friend Justin. Oh, excellent. That is the Rocket Mantine 9. That's a reverse holo card. You know how expensive the Rocket packs are getting? They're like $600, $700 a pack. And so if your pack is cold, all it could come with is one reverse holo like this one. So to think it's got a 9 is pretty close to 10 and it's only worth 90. That's pretty amazing. That means that the price of the booster pack is much, much higher than the price of the actual cards. And to me, that tells me that right now the buy is in the card, not in the pack. There we go. So, time for pack break A. Are you guys ready? Here goes. We'll count it up first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we got 10. All right. Biden will save us all. Will he? Metroid music. It was a hotter pokey at Be More, mister. Mister, guess what? I love you. Aw, so sweet. All right, give me a number. Fortnite Fun says 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we just take the card on the bottom and put it on the top, right? So here are the cards in question. Hopefully this round is hot. Sometimes the rounds are hot. Sometimes they are not. One of the things we are learning. Pay attention, everyone. If you've never been in Pack Break A, this tells you what it's all about, okay? Now, we chose these sets on purpose. Like, Phantom Forces gives you a chance at the Dialga. That's no accident that we're doing Phantom Forces here. And Roaring Skies is a cheap extra that gives us an extra chance at a hot pull. So I like it. Oh, that looked like it might be hot. I could be wrong, but I think I saw something go by. Let's find out. Good luck, everybody. All right. Alex Mandrici. Mr. Alex, he's got 1, 2, 3, and... oh, it's something. Alex got something, guys. Are you ready? So this is why we added the Roaring Skies. Oh, nice, man. Picking up Shaman Full Art. Beautiful. That was a hot round already. I wonder if we'll get another hit. Alex. Excellent, man. Okay, that goes into Alex Mandrici's bag. AL, right? Ugh. Mister, don't be cheating. I could feel it with my fingertips. I could feel the texturing, so I knew it had to be a full art. That's beautiful. From an old set. XY era is out of print. They're not printing more XY era. It's too long ago. So he's got an out-of-print rare card there. There's Justin Robinson. So Justin's going to pick up a reverse holo right here. Could be a good reverse holo. Just a Natu. He's cute. Voltorb, Gligar, and Nincada. All right, Justin Robinson. Mr. has educated fingertips. They're smart. They know what they're feeling when it comes to Pokemon cards. Here we are. Beautiful. Now we have Alex Mandrici again. So let's see if we've gone through 8. So I think this is also a cold round, right? So there's that Natu, Spearow, Furfrou, and Lysandre. All right, cold round there, Alex. That's okay, Alex. Your first round was really good. Alex Mandrici. Alex Womandrici. Wow, I win since Fortnite Fun. What's the next round? This round is very hot because it's going to pick up both the rare and the reverse holo, I'm pretty sure. So Sansane, you're going to pick up Croconaw Uncommon. I think this might be the rare, right? It is, but it's just Escavalier. That's too bad. All right. And then this will be your reverse holo. This can still be pretty hot. Hand Scope. And Finion. All right, so that booster pack was pretty cold. Rip to Ann. I agree. Rip to Ann. Here's Sansane. When she took her car that day, she probably didn't know that would be her last time alive. Her last day on Earth. She did not know that. That's why I don't like to drive, guys. Not a fan. Not a fan. Every drive is a chance. Chance for something to go wrong. Chance for someone drunk to just head-on collide into you or T-bone you at a red light. Daniel Clark, Puccina, Sawaddle, Chansey, and Gumi. Some people say it could have been a suicide. Very interesting. There we go. Daniel Clark with the D-A. She was so intoxicated, it's on her. True. Don't drive drunk, guys. Drinking claims another victim. Wow. Celebrities are always doing drugs, man. That tells me when people are at the top, they like to They like to do drugs. There must be something about it. I don't know. Maybe they know more than me. I don't want to get into it, man. They're always dying from some drug intoxication. They die early from it. You know, some crazy thing. She wasn't drunk. Danny Adam. Oh, that's an uncommon. All right, we got to be ready because this might be a rare. So we got Rapidash, Fiery Torch, Slugoo. This is rare right here for Danny Adam. Oh, I can't tell. You got non-holo Snorlax. You know, had that been holographic Snorlax or reverse holo Snorlax, I would have said that was a good pull. By the way, this Rapidash looks really cool. It's great artwork. No chance this time, Danny. It's tough out there, guys. I took a break from ordering because I've been building an arcade machine. Nice, man. Very cool. All right, here we are. None of those Shaman PSA 10 for sale. Nice. All right, next round. So this is going to be a reverse holo, correct? Great artwork. It is. It's really cool artwork. One day somebody will sell that as a PSA 10. Oof. So you got the reverse holo, but it's like really off center. So we got Golem, Fletchling, Shinx, and Sandile. That's for Adam Carey. Who won the Battle Boosty? It's not over yet. Somebody won it yesterday, though, and I think that they just had me turn it into a $100 store credit, didn't they? Just finished my day dealing with the insurance company and doctor billing office going back and forth. I'm sorry, man. That is so stupid. That is really stupid. I hate insurance, man. I actually kind of agree with Bernie Sanders to just do away with insurance and have the government be the one provider of insurance. I mean, there must be a reason why having a private entity do it must have some sort of efficiency to it. You know what I mean? Because maybe it's because the private insurance, they have more time and incentive to haggle with the doctors. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but man, I agree. Insurance is so ridiculous. I think at least having the government option for insurance helps actually add to the competition. I'm not sure. Yeah, healthcare is such a cluster here in America. Just like our tax system is very confusing. You need like a whole class in it almost. How to get your insurance done. Pidgey. They want me to pay out of pocket just because the billing office wants to charge cash up front. They always want you to pay out of pocket. It doesn't matter what happened. They 100% of the time want you to pay out of pocket. That's because the insurance company wants the hospital to accept a lower cost and they want you to accept a higher bill. That's their job so that they can make as much money as possible. Their job is to make money for the shareholder. So that's great. If you own a lot of stock in the insurance company, that's great. But if you're just a regular human being trying to get by, it's horrible having to fight. You will always have to fight with that company to get them to pay what they agreed to pay for, because they will do everything they can to weasel out of it. They're like weasels. It kind of makes me sick, makes me really angry. It's like the closest thing to a scam I can think of. Insurance. Insurance is supposed to be a company that takes risk. That's what an insurance company is supposed to be. An insurance company buys risk from you, but it's not really a risk for them. You know why? They're too good at it. The insurance companies are too good at providing insurance at this point, They hire all these mathematicians called actuaries, and the actuaries sit around all day making sure that these insurance companies make billions of dollars of profit by overcharging you for your risk. And we just agree to it because in some cases we have to, like with our vehicle, we basically have to. But I would argue even with healthcare, we basically have to get insurance for our healthcare too, because we're gonna have our lives destroyed otherwise if you don't have some insurance. Danny Adam, that's a good round for you, Danny. Let's see what happens. All right. This is Dragons Exalted. This is the round you want to be in. Bouffalante. Okay, cool. It's just a regular non-holo rare. Okay. Alomomola. Here's your reverse holo, though. Could this be hot? This could be hot. Looking clean. I don't see any white dots on the back. It's Bidoof. You did it. That's the card. Bidoof. You got the lovely Bidoof, dude. And there's Electrike. Oh, right. That's already sleeved. All right. Danny Atom. So Danny with the D. Danny with the D. Bidoof. I'd grade it, man. Get a 10 on that Bidoof and sell it for like 200. Do you think if we had free healthcare, we would pay more or less in taxes than we do now? We would pay considerably more. So, and the reason for that is because it's wasteful. You have people who don't earn any money. They contribute no taxes, and you will now have to pay for their healthcare. And when something becomes quote unquote free, people get real wasteful for it. You got a weird cough, off to the doctor. You feel a little sting in your butthole, off to the doctor. So when something becomes quote free, people run off and they use it like crazy. So the demand on healthcare will be driven way up. People will not become healthier. Like they won't stop eating McDonald's just because healthcare is free. Might even be the other way around. People might actually eat more McDonald's knowing that somebody else will take care of their health problems. They won't have a fear of needing to save up for healthcare. And then they won't contribute enough taxes to counteract what they actually take out of the system. So who will actually pay for the healthcare? The vast majority of the people in the middle class will pay for everyone else's healthcare. That's precisely what will happen. It won't happen any other way. And that's what you see in Europe. So in Europe, it turns out they don't have a lot of money in the middle class. Oh, I'm loving this Cubone, man. We got to get a reverse holo of this Cubone. Looks great. The NHS in England is a prime example of a free healthcare system, and it's fantastic. Right, and it's especially the, UK's shared healthcare is great if you're somebody who really doesn't earn any money. You're like, yippee, somebody else is paying for my healthcare. But if you're ambitious and you have a skill and you have a business, you're the one paying for everyone's healthcare. And a system like that, in my opinion, really does not incentivize people to even try to be healthy. It just pays for them to eat and do whatever they want. So that was for Adam Carey. Boop. All right, Adam Carey. He was going deep, man. There's drawbacks to it. I'm a big fan, though, of the idea of being able to get healthcare to everyone at an affordable price. That's tricky. An affordable price. Not true. I came from Italy. That's not how it works. Middle class lives good. Your definition of a middle class is very different from an American's definition of a middle class, in my opinion. I've seen your incomes in Europe. I've seen your house prices in Europe. I've studied this because that's what I do more than anything else is I study the price of things. You guys earn considerably less than us, and you live in smaller homes with no air conditioning that cost you like twice as much as a home over here. So if that's what you call middle class, to me, that's the poverty line here in America. You guys are living in poverty, and we get way more over here for getting a simple career job like accountant, software engineer, small business owner. There's a lot of skill jobs over here. So you guys are living considerably poorer lives. But yes, when you go to the doctor, in general, it will feel free, but it's not really free. Somebody's paying for it. Maybe it's you. You know what I mean? Free healthcare in my country led to millions of dollars of supplies being stolen and resold by the doctors. Takes 12 hours to see a doctor, sometimes because of so many people. Yeah, we can have waiting times over here in the US too, though, okay? UK earns more than the USA, and our middle class is better than anyone's. That's not true at all. You need to look more into the details. Bush Wookie says, well, I'll look into the details for you. Let's see. Average income UK. Says £31,000 average income USA. Well, I was saying 31,000 here in the US. That's actually pretty poor. Maybe we have more poor people on average. What is the average income of an American in 2020? Oh, no, that's not correct. It's 67,000. There we go. All right. I don't know where the other statistic I saw came from. There we go. But those are average numbers, you know what I mean? You should also take a look at the difference in the wealthy people between the two countries as well. I don't know, man. I own properties in Italy and US, and the market in Europe is way better. They own their homes, whereas in the US, housing is becoming way less possible and people go bankrupt. Well, solid Dante, that's a global problem. That's not a problem in only the United States. But also, I would say, in the United States, it depends on what you're talking about. So if you're living in LA, you hear people complain all the time about the price of homes in LA. If you live out here in Missouri, there's tons of beautiful homes at a very affordable price. I make $2 an hour, says Goblin. The U.S. average wage is destroyed by having multiple insanely rich people. £31,000 is more than 31,000. Right, so let me convert it real fast. Pound to dollar. All right, so I'll just convert it for you. So 31,000 pounds is equal to 37,000 United States dollars. So your average income is 37,000, and the average income in the United States is 69,000. That's almost double. All right, so let's see. Let's see. One battle boosty. I actually learned about this a long time ago when I was reading about the cost of software engineers in the UK, because my wife and I were in school for, software engineering, and I was trying to figure out what if we wanted to work in the UK. But then I found out the pay over here is really good for software engineer. You go to UK, it cuts down to like 45,000. I was like, Jesus, man. In Texas, the housing prices are skyrocketing and gentrifying areas, so current residents are hurting and forced to move. So once again, let's talk a little bit about this. So people are complaining about the cost of houses rising in the United States in certain areas. A lot of people fled California because of the absurdly high cost of living. They fled to places like Austin, Texas, and certain places like Idaho or Utah, and this drove the prices up. What that actually means is that anyone who already owned a house in those areas experienced like massive appreciation. So you just went from being middle class to kind of like upper middle class. So for people who are very young, that's a challenge for them because their first home purchase is going to be difficult. But for people who are already owning a home at that point, they just experienced a great transfer of wealth. And the majority of people in America are homeowners. I'm pretty sure that's still accurate. But yeah, for young people, that's really difficult. And again, if you are living in LA, and a lot of people are living in LA, it's very expensive. But really, that's an argument to get out of LA. That's what that means. If it's greener pastures across state lines, go move to those greener pastures. People can't complain about houses in LA being millionaires, but there's that much. You can find nice places for very cheap in certain states. I paid $700 in taxes for my paycheck today, just for 1 week. Crazy, man. Hey, what set was that coupon from? Dragons Exalted. Let's get these together. Here we are. Cost of living is a lot cheaper in Italy compared to the United States. The middle class makes more money than the U.S. if you adjust to the cost of living. I'm pretty sure that's not true as well. United States is a very large country. We have fantastic logistics and a lot of farmland. And I've heard the cost of living is considerably cheaper in the United States compared to some of the countries in Europe where you guys have much less land. You have to have your goods imported from the countries around you, and then you pay much higher taxes. So again, it's about definitions here. So if you're somebody in Italy and you're living in what I would call, from an American perspective, if you're living in poverty and you're receiving all this government help, then you're going, yay, I'm happy because I'm receiving all this government help. I must be wealthy. Over here in America, if you had the same type of work, you'd be way wealthier, and you would just set some of your money aside for healthcare, and your job would provide you healthcare anyways. And if you are good at avoiding your student debt, which I'd say that's a challenge for Americans today, but they'll get smart about it. That's how a market works. If you're smart about your education, you won't be trapped in student debt either. So you can become wealthy over here very quickly. I mean, that's just a fact. If my wife was not married to me, she would be on track to being a millionaire before she is 50. If I was by myself, I'd be on track to be a millionaire in about 4 years. And it's a country with a lot of opportunity because it's so large, and because all the states trade with each other. The borders are open with each other. In Italy, it's 34% cheaper to live. Is statistics, bro. How can you avoid student debt? So I would avoid student debt by knowing what you want to have a skill in and taking only those classes, and then forgetting about the the diploma, the degree. Forget about the degree. The degree means nothing. Get exactly those classes you need. When you apply for work, show them that you took exactly the related classes to the work, and then you'll have a little bit of student debt for those classes, but you won't be stuck in school for the full 4 years. You'll be out of school in like 2 years, maybe a year and a half, and then you go right into the job that you want. This is tricky if you're trying to get a job that requires certification. All right, Justin Robinson, 1 pack break A, 1 live custom. We did that. Liam Burrows, 1 battle booster. Except you offer $30 store credit. By the way, thank you. Oh, right. I got to go get that. Mr. John has it. Lots of people in Southern California have houses in Mexico and live cheaper and better down there. Well, yeah, and that's because the economies are very different. In Mexico, the U.S. dollar goes really far in Mexico. So what you could buy for $1 in America is less than what you could buy for $1 in Mexico. That's because of the difference in how much poverty there is. If there's a lot of poverty in Mexico, then all the businesses out there are based around that poverty. Like the cost of land, the cost of real estate is based around what people can actually pay for it. So if there's only poor people over there, and then you come over with American dollars, you're like, oh, I'm rich, I can buy all your stuff out. That's exactly how an economy works, by the way. So yeah, I mean, if you can move to a poorer place, you can typically get stuff from them for cheaper. That might be true in Italy, that might be true in Romania. That might be true in Mexico. So you hear about people who move to a place like Romania in order to buy cheap land and a cheap home, and that's because our American dollar is so strong. Also, there's some countries that do better than us, like Switzerland. The franc is better than the U.S. dollar because they're so wealthy over there. All right, Liam Burrows. There we go. You can do dental work in Mexico for so much cheaper. Nice, man. That's smart. I like that. I don't have to do that because I have healthcare. There's Liam Burrows. Brenton Dela Cruz Cahill, 10-star birth, 10 astral radiance. 10-star birth, 10 astral radiance. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The British pound is worth more than the dollar, so wouldn't that imply they're wealthier than us over there? Not always. Did you know that the US dollar is actually worth many times more than the Japanese yen? That's just how the currency converts. So 1 unit of currency over there is not always equivalent to 1 unit of currency over here. The won can go up or down in value compared to the US dollar, but that doesn't mean it's going to be 1-to-1 in terms of how you count it. 1, 2, oh, I already counted these. So 10 astral radiance. Can I get some Umbreons? Let's get some Umbreons. We have 3. Hey, mister, I've got a nice chunk invested in the stock market, $50K. If I leave it there, I have a really good chance at $100K. I kind of want a new vehicle. Should I sell or keep being patient? You should, if your other car is working fine, you should just keep your money in the stock market. You guys got to think of it like this. The stock market is an asset. The car is a liability. As you drive your car, it depreciates in value. So if you put $50K in the car, that money goes down over time. If you leave the money in the stock market, that money goes up. What do you want to own more of? More assets or more depreciating consumables, depreciating liabilities, right? So think about that. Yeah, the car is a lot of fun. I would call it a luxury. Luxuries are for the rich. If you're not rich, why are you buying luxuries, bro? Oh, by the way, we have brilliant stars again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The thought that driving is a human right in the U.S. is crazy to me. What? Tell you what a good investment is, a 2002 Honda Accord. I owned a Honda and it broke on me, so I don't know if I agree. So let's get those brilliant stars back up. Yeah, interesting conversation, by the way. We're talking about living in the United States versus living in another country like perhaps Italy, perhaps the UK. I've already done the math. If I were to move to the UK or to Italy right now, I would lose money because of how much taxes they take from me. And so for that reason, I won't move. All right, cool. So, oh, let me just double check this just to be sure. All right, so we will go ahead and set this up. Brilliant stars back on the menu. There it goes, it's been updated. Since sealed Fortnite games go for so much, wouldn't the Series 1 Fortnite cards appreciate in value? I think they will. States is the worst place to live. States is still a great place to make money, Callum. The one thing that makes me never want to live in the U.S. is the politics. True. Zach Mills says, my opinion matters. Yes, Fortnite cars, it's their box break. U.S. is king. What do you think? PSA 12 is their box break. Look, I'm not like big pro-American, by the way, guys. Maybe I was when I was younger. That's not the case anymore. All I look at are the numbers. I want to see the numbers for each country. If your country doesn't offer me a better way to live, I can't move there. If your country is going to take most of my money in taxes, it doesn't make any sense for me to live there. And so I'm looking at the country that's giving me the best opportunity to build my net worth. And it turns out Europe's terrible, man. Europe probably wouldn't be a first choice ever for me. I like Europe. I like the idea of retiring to Europe. I would never try to build a business over there because it's so business unfriendly. Same with Canada. Canada's become business unfriendly as well. All right, so one Pokebra as well. So you can hear 12K before you pay tax. How much can you earn in the USA? Well, I mean, I might earn 12K in like a matter of a couple days if I wanted to. And so that number means nothing to me. 12K untaxed is for somebody who's working at McDonald's in the United States. And it's, once again, that's socialism is what it is. It means that here's somebody earning dollars and they don't contribute anything. Instead, somebody's just giving them their money. So it's kind of like, in my eyes, that's theft. If somebody else is working a job that doesn't pay very well, and then they take my money while I'm working, they're stealing from me. I don't like to be stolen from, but, you know, I get it. We're in a society where we're all kind of in a social contract, so we got progressive tax rates. I can agree to that to a certain degree, but at a certain point, it cuts off. So if I lived in your country, the UK, which I love the UK, by the way, I want to be clear on that. I love the UK's culture. I like the people a lot. I have ancestry, UK ancestry. But if I moved myself and my wife over there for business, I would lose about, at a certain point, I think it's like over £50,000, right? I'd start paying 50% taxes. Wow. That's just way too much, man. So I would be the one who's paying for everyone else to not have to pay taxes. Why would I do that? It just doesn't make sense. I might as well stay here. Mister, you benefit more that money here in the EU than you would in the US. Mister, wants the London look. Bleep, 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 bleep. Really, Europe real estate is hot. I make a good amount of money because of that. US real estate is much more complicated and protects tenants way more. Well, maybe you're speaking about like California or New York. In Missouri, our real estate laws are very different. So something you have to look at when you're looking at the United States, you have to consider that each state in the United States is like a separate country in Europe. Each state has a totally different set of laws. So if you're living in one of the cheapest states in the entire union, like Missouri, where our real estate is very affordable and the politicians here are very pro-capitalism, they protect the landlord rather than the tenant. So it really depends on where you're buying. Another great place would be like Tennessee is a great example. Tennessee, they protect the landlord more than the tenant. So where are you buying your real estate for investment? And it matters a lot. If you're buying in California, you're going to get killed by the law. It's going to protect the tenant. If you're buying in Tennessee and Missouri, they're going to protect the landlord. So that's the difference between like blue states and red states, basically. You got to know this. You got to know the rules of each state. Let's see, cold. Here's Charizard. Great conversation, by the way, guys. I love these finance topics. No taxes in Tennessee. After my deduction, I only pay 28% here in the USA, with access to great jobs and homes. I couldn't get that anywhere in the EU. Yeah, same here. So my wife and I think like the highest amount we pay is like 28% over here too. And part of that is because we're married, we get a tax break. And then I have an accountant that files this business as an S Corp. So the money that this business makes is put aside and not counted as my income, but the income of the business. And that gets a corporate tax rate. And then I get to take home a portion of that money, which I won't disclose right now, but I'll tell you that it's a lot less than what the company actually makes. And then I only have to pay income tax on that. So my taxes are actually quite good. But that's possible here in the United States. I don't know if that's possible in the UK, but from the looks of it, I don't think it is. I think my taxes would jump from about 28% to about 50%. Now, if I wasn't making much money, the difference between 28% and 50%, maybe that wouldn't matter much. Like, you know, if you're making like $10,000 a year, you're talking about losing $5,000 if you're paying 50%. If you're making money like me and you got to pay 50% of that, you're losing a lot of money very fast. There's no incentive. So it's funny because the government does that to raise money for the poor, but they inadvertently drive all the rich people away. That's what happens. Someone like me who's actually interested in moving to the UK looks at your taxes and go, oh, you guys are just going to take all my money. I guess I'll stay here. I would already moved. You guys would be benefiting from taxing me while I live in the UK if your tax structure was similar to the United States. I'd just move right over. And then you guys, even though you would take a smaller portion of my money than you currently would take, even though you take a smaller portion, you would gain all of my income. I'd come over there, I'd spend my money in the local economy, and you would take money from me. But since I'm not going over there, you get nothing from me. You get $0 from me. You collect no taxes from me. And instead, America gets to collect those taxes. So that's the problem with thinking that you can just raise taxes and it has no side effect. It's like there's a point where it does have a side effect. Shoop. All right. Let's see. We got Bisharp. But that's the problem with taxation. You think that you're gaining money from the taxation when in reality, you're scaring away people from wanting to be in your area. People who would have moved say, I guess I'll stay put. I guess I'll stay in the country that I'm in. Mister, are you going to face reveal? For your business, I would rather stay in the U.S. because of all the things you import. Well, you know, importing doesn't matter to me. When my wife and I get our inflation relief check, can I send it to you to build us a stock portfolio? You got it, man. I'm ready to be... What is in this pack? I'm ready to be an asset manager. All right, let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess. Boy, that pack was really tight. So that's really weird. You got these 3 cards back here. Damn, I just want a new vehicle so bad. Haha. Don't do it, man. Worst decision of your life. You're addicted to the idea of the luxury of the vehicle. You gotta rewire your brain and get addicted to owning real net worth and passive income, what you get from the stocks. Get addicted to being wealthy. Don't get addicted to being, you know, some customer of the car dealership. Cars are one of the biggest mistakes, man. Here we are. Let's see. One of the biggest mistakes. Clear. Wait until you're already wealthy, then buy a nice car. Here we are. I'd come to the USA, but I'm scared I'd get shot. Not out here. So if you live, once again, if you live in like New York, if you live in some of the crowded areas where like the inner cities, right? That's where all the crime is. You come out here to where I'm living, almost no crime at all, actually, right? So that's how it is. PL, you can show us a rainbow rare. You got to experience life also, mister. Not in a car, man. Not in a car. Big waste of money. What would be better than a car? $1 million in your bank account. That would be way better. People act like other countries have no crime. You might get shot in Los Angeles. Come out here to Lake of the Ozarks. Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri is famous for having a lot of Irish settlers and a lot of German settlers. And if you come out here to Lake of the Ozarks, it's pretty away from the city. We're real far away from the city. Big, beautiful lake, and it has that old Irish-German feeling that, you know, you get familiar with when you're living in Missouri your whole life. There's places you can go in Missouri that have that special feeling, that German-Irish feeling. We have something called like Rhine country out here in Missouri. It's along the Missouri River. All these Germans settled by the river, and they started making wine. Very beautiful. A lot of award-winning wine. You guys probably didn't know that about Missouri. Very beautiful place. All right, Brenton Dela Cruz. Brenton, how do you balance earning, investing, and spending money for activities and having a social life? It's really simple, Adam. I don't have a social life. I'm only focused on the net worth building. It's a sacrifice. Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice to get what you want. Brenton Dela Cruz, I think you're in here. Is there a neighborhood in Lake of the Ozarks where they blast ranchero music? Well, you know, if you moved here, you could be the one to blast the ranchero music. Ozark's about to pop off through Mister's word of mouth. It's beautiful out here. You guys got to see it out here. It's beautiful out here. Very beautiful. So there's a lot of woods out here. You see we're right up against the woods, right? That's my little garage up there. And then this is what everyone loves. You guys don't have this in the UK. The UK is kind of chilly and cold, right? Well, this is a beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. And the water temperature would be about between 80 and 90 degrees. Look at the boats in the background out there. See those boats? Those are all boathouses, and they've all got docks attached to them. And they all park their boats in their boathouse. And when you're feeling a little hot, you jump in the water. See? They're hanging out with their kids and their family. Really beautiful out here. And that's my dock down there. So this is the dock attached to my home. See that? That's my dock attached to my home. Huh? See? Beautiful. Lots of boat babes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that's my boat there that I never use because I'm always working. Yep. Dude, I haven't taken that boat out since John came over here the first time. Adam says, how much is a property out here? You could buy a property. It depends because it depends on how close you want to be to the amenities. If you don't mind living further away from the amenities, you can buy one of these beautiful boat houses for probably about $500,000 US dollars. And it'll be a fairly large size home, maybe about 2,400 square foot. And it will give you waterfront property. And then part of the cost of that is the dock itself. So the docks aren't free. Check that out. Beautiful. So warm out here. Yeah, it's amazing out here. Of course, I never play. I'm always working. All right. There's a much better house we want to move to. Whew. Do a play stream. Look at this is my kitchen. Wow, that's nice. Excuse me. The card room's so hectic. Look how insane the card room is, actually. Adam says 500,000 in London gets you a small 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah, so, and that's kind of what I was talking about, but that's true in Los Angeles, that's true in New York. But I looked at the houses in the UK that are a bit more like on the countryside, and even they're just kind of smaller and more expensive than what we get out here in Missouri. All right, what were we doing? We were doing something. Wasn't I finding someone's bag? I'm so distracted right now. I'm sorry. A buddy of mine from St. Louis calls the Lake of the Ozarks the Redneck Riviera. Well, I don't know. I think there's some truth to that, depending on where, again, it's where you live in Lake of the Ozarks. There's really remote places, and then there's places closer to like the actual city of Osage Beach. And those places, you know, there's a lot of people moving here, if you didn't know that. Some people are selling their home in California and moving to the lake to have the lakeside lifestyle. How's the COVID situation? There is no COVID out here. You do not ever have to do anything because of COVID. There are no COVID rules at all. No one wears masks. No one cares. Actually, it was like that even during COVID. So when COVID was more of a thing, nobody cared. They're just like, well, we don't care. I found you, Brenton. Mister, you need a cleaner? All right, you're hired. Head on over here. Don't forget my Pokebruh. Did I forget your Pokebruh? I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted. So, but yes, out here about $5,000 and you could buy a lake house. Actually, there's a lake house for sale right now. Now, this one's a smaller lake house because it's a manufactured home. $1,800. I'm thinking about buying it in order to become a landlord on that house because even though the house itself is not impressive, it gets the actual lakefront property as part of your ownership. So owning a piece of the lake like that is valuable. You can always build a home on top of what's already there, right? So I've thought about that. That's for sale right now. All right, one Pokebruh. Oh, what's this? It's Pikachu and a round of common uncommons. Yay! Yeah, I've been looking at that house a lot, and I've been thinking about buying it in order to rent it. Do it, don't sleep. Well, the reason I'm not doing that, though, is because my wife and I are trying to move to an even larger home in the Osage Beach side. Oops, here we are. Yeah, we're trying to move to a nicer home in the Osage Beach side. Someone from LA will snipe that at $180K. Sure, I mean at $180K, rent for a house like that would be very easy. So I think you could buy it and rent it. All right, we got Brooks Bellinger, 5 Lost Abyss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 Evo Skies. Do you own the home that you have now? Well, we have it on a mortgage, of course, but yes, it's ours. We're not renting. Yeah, we're paying down a mortgage on it. Average daytime viewer getting higher and higher each day. Yeah, we're floating around 200. All right. If it's on the lake, you could probably set it up as a vacation rental. Absolutely, that would be an option. That would be an option. We could rent the house out, Airbnb style. So people who live out here who didn't buy a lake house, by the way, if you didn't know this, the houses get way cheaper if it's not a lake house. Okay, so you guys were going, ooh, at the price of the lake house, right? Well, guess what? When you buy a house that's not on the lake, the price goes from like $500,000 to like $200,000. That's a typical Missouri home. $200,000 to $300,000 is a typical Missouri home. Big enough home to raise a couple kids in. That's a Missouri house price. And those houses are way cheaper. And then you could just Airbnb a lake house out here as a vacation, or just use the public beach. We have a like a national park with a place called a public beach access, and you can take your kids there and jump in the lake, and it's very beautiful. Just sent for the Darkrai. Sweet. All right. Yeah, hear about the real estate issue in China. People are refusing to pay their mortgage. Yeah, I've heard about that. Hopefully they figure it out. All right, Brooks. Here we are. So much space out here, so much land. There are so many businesses waiting to be made out here. People are going to become millionaires out here in Lake of the Ozarks because they open up something as simple as a McDonald's, which you can franchise. But there's all this undeveloped land and businesses that are very popular that are just not open out here yet, and somebody's going to make them, probably going to be people out here from Missouri. And you guys are all complaining in Los Angeles. Oh, I can't get any wealth. I can't get any net worth. That's because you're wasting your time in LA. It's so expensive out there already. There's already so much competition. There's probably a Starbucks every corner, every street. You know, if it's not Starbucks, it's McDonald's, it's Chipotle, it's Taco Bell. Out here, we don't have that. That stuff hasn't been built yet. So because of that, since people are moving here, if you're the first to build it, you just get this huge advantage. It's like this land of opportunity still. You're stuck in the most expensive place to live. I'm over here in this very, affordable and beautiful place to live with a lot of opportunity all around me. If enough people move, the cost of living go up like anywhere else. That's right. Well, that's why if you're already stuck in one of those places, you move to a place where there's opportunity. Grant Klein, he says 4 astral radiance. You got it, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I have a bag. Favorite YouTuber. Always love the content. Always try to like the videos. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, Grant. I'm from Greater London. We had to move 30 minutes further north to make our $425,000 go from a 2-bedroom box to a respectable 4-bedroom house. Yeah, and that has a lot to do with living in the city. People pay extra to live in the city. That's true here in America too, right? So American homes cost so much more when you actually move to a place like New York, Chicago, I don't know, the big areas. Austin's going up in price. Los Angeles, obviously, we keep mentioning that. So you pay a price to live in the city. I think of those places as places to retire to. But you know what really kills me in the UK, though? What kills me is those house prices are quite high, and the amount of square footage you get is really small. And then on top of all that, I will end up paying 50% of my income in taxes. It's like, how do you build wealth? And it's kind of weird, isn't it? Isn't it weird thinking the government takes half your money? That just makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't feel like a free person. I feel like a peasant, dude. I feel like a peasant. Who has the right to take 50% of the money that I earn? That's my money that I earned. You're telling me the government's going to take 50% of my money, and then when I go to buy something, they're going to tax me on that item I buy? And then the businessman who sold me the item, he has to pay taxes because he sold it to me, which gets baked into the price of the good. It's insanity. Your government taxes at a 50% tax bracket once you get high enough, and then that money gets taxed to death anyways when you spend it. Very sad. Very sad. That's government slavery is what it is. You are a slave to your government, and I'm not a fan of that. I like to be more free than that. So Grant's got a bag over here. The government has figured it out. They ban slavery, and then they say, we'll be the slave holders. That's what the government figured out. And we just kind of take it. We say, oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. I love paying all these taxes. And especially poor people vote for it. They go, I'll vote for it. Wait, that money's coming to me? I'll vote for it. So people who are not really contributing very much in taxes love this kind of system, which is exactly how that system stays in place. Mister, I must have got that Gengar Mimikyu slab at a good price. It's double. I know. Here we are, Grant Klein. The more you earn, the easier it is to dodge taxes. Here we are. Here we are. Very nice. When you pay that much to your government, you're like a slave worker for your government. You're not working for yourself anymore. You're working for your master. Is the line long? I don't think it is. Pirates and Enjoyer says, pack break. Hey, you got it, man. Had a friend get money from a family member who passed. They had to pay 60% in taxes. Yeah, that's government. That's your government slave owner taking all of your net worth that your family or your friend's family worked for and just ripping it away from them. How horrible. How's that not theft? I can understand paying a certain amount in taxes because you're in a community, you got to pay toward that community, but 60%, how's that not robbery? And people, I don't know, they just go with it. They're just like, yeah, it's fine. You got to stand up. If you don't want to be a slave to the government, you got to stand up to the government and tell them, I won't do that. And if you don't stand up, you will become a slave because that's how it works. If you're passive, the people who run these things are not passive people. They're like me. They're aggressive. They will always encroach on your income the more you let them, until and all the way up to the point that you finally get mad. So when you finally get mad, that's when they'll slow down. They'll be like, all right, we'll back off a little bit. You're mad now? All right, we'll give you a little bit back. Mr. Grant said that's not his bag. Oh, Mr. Grant! What have I done? It looked like Grant Klein. I'm talking myself into an early retirement over here because you guys are going to fire me. You're going to say, you're out of here, TCC. Let's see. Let me grab his cards back out. Ta-da! We get on you on economics, and he forgot about the chat. Gregory Moore. And so Grant Klein. I'm looking for the Grant Klein bag. And I'm having trouble finding it, but I believe this is it right here. Grant Klein. There we go, Grant. It's wigged! There we go. Sorry about that, Grant. I grabbed a bag that looked very similar to yours. You want to see? So yours says Grant Klein, right? This guy is Grant Kwan. So it looks very similar. Grant Klein, Grant Kwan. It starts with K and ends with N. And they both start with G, both names. They're both Grant. The last names are slightly different. So I thought I had the right one. All right. So Andrew, one Pokebra. We opened that. We haven't opened that. Here we go. Andrew. Mister, just keeping us on your toes. Oh, Dark Blastoise. Beautiful, man. That's for Andrew Bertrand. Oh, Andrew. Oh, my. I want to live in a tiny home on my Colorado property. You know, that's sad, to be honest. A lot of people are turning to tiny homes. But you know what that tells me? People don't truly desire to live in a broom closet. The real thing people are desiring is freedom. People want financial freedom. And that's not possible anymore with the cost of homes these days. So if you could live in a house like mine at the price of a tiny home, yeah, you'd probably do it. Again, nobody really loves living in a broom closet, which is what a tiny home is. And people love to feel like, oh, I'm being so room efficient in my tiny home. But we would all choose to live in a nice sized home if it was about the size of a tiny home. We got Brian Van Veld. Hello, Mistress Me. One Pokebra, 5 Japanese Pokemon Go. I don't really think paying taxes is the problem. The problem is how they waste the taxes later. Well, yeah, I mean, first they pocket a bunch of it. Because, of course, you have to pay them to take your taxes. You pay their salary, and then they sit down and tax you. It's the craziest thing ever. It's like an abusive relationship. You know, you're being bent over a barrel, dude. Here, let me pay you to take my money. And then they give it, a little bit of it comes back to you later. Oh, you're sick? We'll give you a little bit back. But we got to ration this out. There's not enough of it. Well, you seem to be making a lot, Mr. Government. Yeah, but we got to give this money away to our friends, or else they won't vote for us. That's how it works now, guys. That's democracy in 2022. It's a joke. We should all have constitutions that say you cannot buy votes. The Constitution needs to say that outright, or else we'll just become another empire that's completely receded and disappeared. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Picking up Celebi. Did you already do the battle booster? Not yet. Wait. Oh, I put him on the wrong side. I didn't know there was one more. Hold on. I'm going to put Liam Burrows on the other side. We're going to run the battle boosters. I just saw it when you asked me. My brain told me that side had already been done. All right. Here we go. Brian Van Veld. I'm loving this conversation so much that I'm getting distracted. There we go. If only my government could take more of my money, I'd love that. They said we have no money to pave the roads and then spend $1 million this weekend on fireworks. That's because they're such good stewards of other people's money. That's like if you had a younger sister and you had to give her all your money because your parents forced you to, and then she went shopping at the mall and wasted all your money. She ran up your credit card too, so you got negative money. And then she said, we're out of money. I need more money. That's exactly how the government treats us. And we're just like cool with it. We're like, yeah, okay. I wouldn't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to be seen as an angry person. You know what I mean? That's it. We're just cool with it. We're like, yeah, here, have some more. All right, Brian Van Velde. Ooh. Yeah, take all our money. I don't even like money. I love being poor. Belinda, no green cards today. What? You damn insurrectionist. Here we are. I bought a Pokeball, but I missed those last 2 hits. Oh my god, so jelly. The Blastoise was really cool. So, let's run this battle booster. Got me a crack house for 20K. Learned to do home improvements, and now I live comfortably in a house worth 70K. Nice, man. Yeah, actually, small homes really shot up in price. My wife bought her family. We took the money from the sale of the parents' home and we moved it into a $65,000 home, and then the parents kept the other half of that money to help pay with the cancer, right? And because her mother had cancer and it was very expensive. And that house, since we bought it for them, has doubled in value. Isn't that amazing? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that small homes seem to go up in price faster than large homes. Shows you there's a lack of affordable housing. That's why they would do that. Okay. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. And her mother survived cancer. It's a great story. It's a great story. Happy ending so far. Let's see. We're going to move this to the side. Everyone has to go one day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Someday I'll have my own story about the thing I'm dying from. Mister, I have to ask you to sleeve my hollows. Would you sleeve them? No, I would not. Not about that. Sleeving them hollows. Here we are. Because if I do it for you, how many more people are going to be like, hey, mister, sleeve my hollows for me? Mind-blowing to hear homes for less than $300,000 in my area. Even crap homes go for $200,000. Here in Missouri, just about 2 years ago, you could buy a lovely small home, lovely, like we're talking 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms, a lovely small home next to the jobs for $65,000. $65,000. My wife and I bought our condo for $90,000. Missouri affordable living, great for remote workers. All right, can I get a number? But mister, the children. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, Missouri's not even the most affordable place in America. I think Alabama is. You know, you're always making fun of Alabama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there it is. Team Rocket Grunt on 8. Congratulations, man. Sweet home Alabama. Right, well, everyone makes fun of Alabama, but imagine this. Imagine you were a high earner and you were a remote worker. Let's say you were a programmer. You made all your money online, and then you moved to the state with the cheapest housing. You could buy a lovely home, real large, and then put 100% of your income into the stock market, and you would become so wealthy so fast compared to if you lived in a very expensive place where all of your money goes to rent or to taxes or to consumable goods, whatever it is you're doing. That's the way to think, guys. That's clever. That's clever, making those realizations. High income, low cost of living is very clever. And a lot of jobs are online these days. All right, so he's got 3 fossil from that. Here we are. Mister, if I buy some packs, would you sleeve the hollows and reverse hollows? What's up, man? No, I probably would not, okay? Yes, but you would kill yourself of boredom. I guess. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know how exciting it is to live in a busy city. I don't live in a busy city right now. I don't miss it. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. All right, let's go ahead and refresh. Now, Anthony, there's actually a lot to do here, says Frazier. By the way, Alabama's the number 1 cheapest. There's probably another state that's the number 2 cheapest, right? People are missing out on a very, very good lifestyle because they're scared of stereotypes. I thought we were done stereotyping places, stereotyping people. AJ Kit, 1 science showdown. You gotta be clever, man. My heart raced, Anthony. Maine is the most forested state. Maine is also very expensive, I think, right? 1 Tops Nintendo. I think I read Maine has some of the most expensive houses. Mister, did you get anything good? I got all the good stuff. Fizz, my pee-pee post. Did you see the female basketball player that got arrested for a weed pen in Russia and now they wanted to trade prisoners to give her 9 years? We should leave her there, and we should not trade anything with the Russians. What we should do is we should pretend to trade with them to find out which prisoner they want the most. The moment we know which prisoner it is, we should then go execute that prisoner and tell them that they can keep her for the rest of time, because we don't care. All right, he says, and 5150 on my SLAB-AWAY. You got it, AJ. We should find out what person they consider their most valuable asset over here, and then just assassinate that guy, just murder him. I guess it's not an assassination if the government does it, right? It's a justified killing. All right. She's just a basketball player. I feel like Louisiana has a few stereotypes, but I don't know, right? Right. Forget about those stereotypes. You got to be real clever with your money. I think that LA is eating people alive right now. Like, you get one life, right? One chance to build wealth and hand it off to your kids. And you're stuck at one of the most overpriced places in the whole world. And you're putting all your money to a landlord who charges you absolutely insane rent. And then you're not making enough money to have money left over at the end of the day to put away. Now, that's not true for everyone in LA, by the way. There's some people in LA doing very well. So I'm not speaking to them. They're doing very well, and they should stay there, and they're happy. But I'm saying there's other people out there who really would benefit from simply moving to a different state and being able to actually afford a home. And, people already figured this out. That's why a lot of people moved to Utah and Idaho and Texas recently. All right. LA is beautiful, lots of wonderful trash to look at. So overly populated, right, well, that's another thing. He mentioned the trash. Did you know the air quality in some states are way higher than California? So that's another way you die younger. You die from inhaling the toxic fumes from all of the dirty air. So you're breathing that in California. I'm living out in the woods in Missouri. There's almost nothing out here, so it's very clean, I assume. Maybe I should do a little research on it, but it feels like the air is healthier. You can smell the trees. And I'm like, man, you don't get that when you're living in a crowded city area, because I've lived in both. You just don't get that. When you live in the city, you smell cars, you smell maybe like food, you smell, it just smells like chemicals, dude. When you come out here and you smell the trees every time you step outside, you smell the grass and the trees, you're like, wow, this is really, we're in nature. You know what I mean? But you don't feel that when you live in the city, I promise you. AJ Kit, Mr. AJ. Don't ever leave this house, though. What, this particular house? Oh, we're bound to leave it. We want to live closer to Osage so that we can have McDonald's. Dog pee smell. Yeah, I mean, the smell of urine. That's a real smell in the city. Some places in the city just smells like urine and alcohol. All right, let's see who's next. Tyler Nix. I'd like to cash in my Battle Boosty for a box of Lost Abyss. Do you think the military should be paid higher since they don't get to choose where they live? They signed up for what they signed up for. They have to do whatever the government tells them to do. That's the deal. And then they get all kinds of help later in life from the government. So it's a fair trade. All right, one box. Ooh. All right, you ready? Soup. So, Mr. Tyler. They want to trade the b-ball girl for an arms dealer we have locked up. Yeah, we would be crazy stupid to go through with that deal. The arms dealer should be put to death for crimes against humanity or something like that. And then we should ask the Russians what the next guy they like is. Mister, you really do want to say basketball girl? No, I don't care about basketball girl. I don't care if she was football girl or football guy. I don't care who they are. They went over there and they shouldn't have been. And they stayed over there and then they got caught. And now they're a pawn for the Russian government to use against us. And it would be very silly of us to give in to Russia's demands. Sneap. So you're living in a foreign adversary kind of country. And then the country captures you to use you as a trading piece. It's like all of this is fairly predictable. If you're messing around in Russia, you're going to cost the U.S. taxpayer all this loss because you're stupid and you're over there. Why should I have to suffer because basketball girl was over in Russia screwing around? You know what I mean? It wouldn't be my choice to trade her. I'd kill the arms dealers. What I do, I'd put them to death like today. I'd ask Russia what they want next so I could kill that guy next. Boop. All right, what do we got? We got, oh, Delphox. Arms dealer guy would be put to death for sure because he's too valuable. She maybe made a mistake. I don't know, but it's not okay that she have to stay. She's lost, man. She's like a soldier on the battlefield, and she is lost. She's dead now. She's just going to be a pawn for the Russians now, and they want to trade us a basketball player. You got to think like a military general, guys. You're going to trade a basketball player for an actually important guy to the Russian government? You got to be stupid if you go in with that. She's lost. She's a casualty. She's a civilian casualty of the war. And we are at war. It's a shadow war, right? It's a proxy war. You're telling me we're going to give them a high-profile asset so that we can have a basketball player and feel good about ourselves? We must be really, really, really bad as a country if we agreed with that. We're a stupid country, and we deserve to lose if we go through with stuff like that. We deserve to lose to Russia. Let's be honest, this isn't Stephen Curry. Well, it wouldn't matter if it was. If it was Stephen Curry, I'd say the same thing. Stephen Curry's got to go. He's a civilian casualty now. And the other guy, the asset that they want, I don't know, maybe I would hold him just to see what kind of deals you can potentially get from Russia. Like, what if Russia actually captured an American who's doing an important job for the USA, like an American spy, an American ambassador, an American military general, I said it backwards again. So imagine Russia actually captured someone important. Okay, maybe then we hold on to the arms dealer and trade for that. A basketball civilian? She's a casualty now. She's a casualty of the war. Sorry, mister, you're wrong there. It's not about whether I like this girl or whether I like Stephen Curry. It's about whether or not they're a valuable military asset. Cold. James, let's not trade. Let's start World War III. They're basketball players. They don't do an important military task for the government, but this arms dealer does an important military task for Russia. That's why they want him. We would be so dumb to make that trade. And we probably will, because it'll look good. It'll look good, and Russia knows it. Here we are. Do you think it would start World War III if we send in 0 Dark 30? Worst trade deal ever. Mister just hates basketball. I don't have anything against basketball any more than I care about WWE, boxing, UFC, football, baseball. He could be a Pokemon card trader, so they could have captured a Pokemon trader. Maybe it could have been me, and I'd still be looking at it going, this is the wrong move for the United States. It's not the United States' job to have empathy and to cry like wimps and be like, oh, yeah, here, let's do this because it makes us feel good. The government needs to sit down with the calculator and decide how much Russia gains and how much we gain, and then just make the smartest trade. That's your one job as a politician, is to do that, or military general. That's your one job, to make the correct trade. If we're not making the right trades, it's just a sign of a greater illness of this country, that we don't have the will or the intelligence to remain competitive on the world stage. So whenever we inevitably do make a trade for that girl, which we probably pathetically will, it's, just another, to me, it's just another flag that it's over for us. Shoop. There we go. Just caught up on the live stream, pulled me a Dark Blastoise. I know, that's nice. Boop. Let's trade Biden. I would trade Biden. Not a chance I'd let myself leave a weed pen in my bag if I went to Russia. It didn't have to be a weed pen. They would catch her on anything. For all I know, they could have planted a weed pen on her and said, oh, you had a weed pen. Well, now you're going to jail. Tyler Nix. Mr. Tyler, your rare card was just the Delphox. Here it is. So I'm afraid no Giratina in here. I'm sorry. I can respect that. You put yourself in the same scenario and would feel the same way if it was you. Can't argue with that. Well, right, because I'm just a guy who trades cards. I have no real military value to America. So if America's trading a civilian for an actual military asset to Russia, it's because we're dumb. It's because we're bad at what we do now. It's an emotional trade, and the Russians need us to make stupid mistakes like that in order to beat us, because we're a bigger, more financially robust country with a lot of good allies. But if we're making the wrong choices, whenever you read a story, how does the underdog win? Sometimes it's because the underdog's clever. Sometimes it's because the arrogant, alpha male is making all the wrong moves. And that would be us right now. Let's sign up to make all the wrong moves. Like, God, dude, like, no. Don't do it. Marcel Taurus, battle booster. You got it, Marcel Taurus. All right. I just feel like Marcel Taurus. I just feel like Americans don't have any fighting instinct anymore. I don't know what it is. She pled guilty, so she knew she was caught. Mister, any cheap slabs? They're all cheap. Look, this one only $540. Man, that's cheap. Isn't it also about soft power? Like, not all about hard value, but about ethical projection of values. I disagree with that. I think that hard power comes first, soft power comes second. And right now, I'm not convinced that America has a lot of real power in the world. I feel like America's power in the world's considerably weakened, which is why Putin did his invasion anyways, because he's not afraid of the West anymore. Okay, Nazario, 5 Pokemon Goes. You got it, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of people disagree with China for their moral ethics. Some of the things they do. Look at China. They don't care. They don't give an F. They're the second most powerful country in the world right now, and they're encroaching on us for first place, right? They're going to be the world's superpower, and it had nothing to do with morality. That's something I try to preach a lot on this channel. Try to talk about how morality does not make you a powerful country, and it never will. Only power does. That's it. And I feel like people like to look on the founding fathers and they fawn and they go, oh, the founding fathers, so inspiring, patriots, freedom lovers. They were murderers. They said, we don't want to pay taxes, and I'm willing to kill the British Empire, our current leaders. We're willing to kill them in huge numbers to not have to pay taxes. That's what the founding fathers really were. They were vicious murderers. And I'm not saying that in a way where I dislike them. I'm saying that in a way where it helps you understand where a country comes from. A country doesn't come from being nice. A country comes from violence. And Russia's going to take this chunk of Ukraine and keep it. And then in the history books, Russia's going to talk about how it was a beautiful savior of the Russian people who were trapped in Ukraine or something like that, right? So that's just the nature of it. You have to be willing to overlook morality and realize morality is just how you paint the story later. And the only thing that really exists is power. And China's actually right about that. That's one of their mantras. And I agree with them 100%. Nazario. Power always trumps morality, ethics. You see it all the time and throughout history. America tries to paint itself as moral. America's just as power hungry as any country. And we've done some pretty horrible things ourselves. And that's what keeps us in power. And if we're not willing to stay that way, we're just going to fall out of power. That's just how it's going to be. Here we are. Beautiful. They dumped a lot of perfectly good tea. God, I hate it. Here we are, Mr. Nazario. But James, they kept the rum, which is more important. Did they? All right, we'll print this up. Aha. Hey, mister, just remember who writes history? The winner. The winner always writes history, everybody. That's why much later in life, you find out how vicious the settlers were to the Indians, the Native Americans. You find out they were horrible to them. But it doesn't matter anymore. Those guys are gone, wiped out. Andrew Jones. Do you subscribe to the theory of evolution? In class, we talked about the scientific evidence supporting creationism and how it contradicts major evidence of evolution. I'm talking scientifically accepted evidence. Yeah, I believe in evolution, if that's what you're asking me. And I'm very non-religious. And so if there was some sort of creationism, like some conscious sentient God came over and just literally made humans, that would be interesting. Look, whatever goes on, I always have to have evidence for it. So I'm an evidence-based person. I have to see things with my eyes to believe. If you tell me Gaga Goo Goo God number 12 created the whole world out of mud, I'd be like, that's nice. And it would mean nothing to me. It's like, well, how does that affect me? You know, like, that doesn't affect me. But if you say something like, humans evolved to have empathy in order not to kill each other more, I'd be like, that's fascinating. Maybe that's true. Like, here's a great question. When you guys were born, how did you know to be scared of spiders? How did you know to be scared of snakes? How did you know to be scared of tarantulas? Nobody had to tell you that. You just were that way. Well, it came after many, many, many years. Your brain Natural selection caused your brain to avoid those things. It was hardwired into you for survival. So that happened over who knows how long of a period, but nobody had to tell you to be afraid of those things. You just already were. So you don't ever think about that, but that tells you we're programmed to be certain ways because of our history and because of what reproductive success brought us. So certain elements of our ancestors were passed on because those were the elements that survived. So, I'm a strong believer in evolution, in that you are essentially whatever genes your parents passed down to you. I don't really believe in unique individuals. You are your ancestors. Gregory Pablo, 5-star birth. Ooh. Did you just assume my phobias? Let's see what we got. Some people like spiders and snakes. Those fears are learned through your parents or other people. That's not true, actually, Cheese. I'm scared of Spinnerack. I'm only scared of having no Charizards. I love snakes and insects. There's a lot of instinctual behaviors we were born with. The only fear babies are born with is the fear of falling. There's a lot of fears you're born with. Gregory Pablo. Here's a great example. When snakes are born, right? When snakes are born, they already know how to hunt, how to eat. They already know to avoid being prey to another animal. Bunnies too, by the way. Bunnies already understand this. It's not like mom and dad opened up a book for the baby bunnies and said, look out for shadows. It might be an eagle. No, they actually already know this. That's their instinct. Humans are born with the same instinct. Well, what are instincts? Instincts are just a number of rules in your brain that you're born with already. And you're born with those rules because your brain has been hardwired over years and years of genetic adaptation to your environment. All right, here we are. Gregory. Sneep. All right. Do I believe a God came in and made all that? I really don't. Jesus, this is my shadow. Do you think the U.S. military will do a mission to save Basketball Girl? Definitely not. That will cause an actual war. So she is not worth World War III at all. Animals ain't conscious like we are. Cold and cold. Bunnelby is prey. That's right. That's why you don't want Bunnelby on your bench when your opponent is using Lugia, because you're gonna lose. Bunnelby's got no shot against Lugia. Gregory Pablo. Let's find your bag. 9 years in prison, not too long. Leave her alone. Here we are. Yeah, Russia would love it if we were stupid enough to trade. At least the WNBA is getting free publicity right now. Next up, we got Abigail Loper. Can I please get 3 Fortnite Series 1? Shipped. And can you please say Chowie's out one time for culture? I want a Chowie's out. Come on, Mom. All right, Abigail. So, did you have a bag, Abigail? Abigail Loper. They should trade a Charizard. Can you do a tipsy drunk stream on your birthday? I don't really drink, though. That's the thing. I'm lucky not to actually enjoy the feeling of alcohol. The drug side effect of alcohol does not feel good to me. I don't like to feel the downer effect of it. You know what I mean? That to me is kind of an annoying feeling. So I never got into alcohol. I've been drunk before, and I decided I didn't want to anymore. We have an Abigail Zakic. I'm lucky because if I was an alcoholic, I think I'd be in a lot of trouble. I'd be eating and drinking too much. All right, Miss Abigail, I can see you do have an address, though. Let me go ahead and print that label up. Do we have a new member? Omar, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great day. My biggest problem is I'm eating too much sugar, guys. I need to cut back on the sugar. It's always a struggle. I go through like phases. I go through phases where I stop eating so much sugar, and then I'm good for a while, and then I get back into it, and then I binge, man. I'm like, let's have a whole cake. So I got to cut back on the sugar. Edgar Gonzalez, 1 Pokebro. All right. Does your wife drink? My wife does enjoy a drink. Yes, she does. She loves it. Edgar Gonzalez. She needs to have a few drinks because she's stuck with me. Mister, I had to cut sugar out of my life. Sugar is like your perfect drug. Makes you energetic and happy. Sugar does make you happy. It's pretty deadly. A whole cake. Danny Adam. $25 for the dark rye. Here we are, Danny Adam. Wish I didn't enjoy alcohol because hangover is oof. It's funny how someone has even considered trading her at all, considering the fact that marijuana is federally illegal in the States. I don't even like cake. Derek, greet me, you peasant. Thy princess and der fair something fair rue Tailung is here. Sugars and everything. Here's Danny Adams. Right, well, I mean, if you're getting sugar from an apple, that's one thing. But if you're eating like a whole bag of Reese's peanut butter cups, like I just did, that's another thing. So I got to cut back on the sugar, guys. I can't have it in my house, man. If I have like candy in my house, I eat it all. Remember, we were going to do the M&Ms, but I just kept eating the M&Ms. So I had to get rid of them. I was like, no, this is terrible. All right, Danny Adam with 2 N's. So you would go right here. And your card is Dark Rye for $300. Sugar is one hell of a drug. Coffee and similar things like lattes are a drug to me. Mary for Glizzy Gobbler. Yay! Top Glizzy Gobbler. Man, that Lugia skill is bad. Oh, the move. What is this music? It's terrible. Mock Rider, skip. Joey Barton 1, live custom. Oh, good luck there, Joey Barton. Oh, it's cold. How about this? Oh, Rocket Zapdos and Dark Gyarados. Yeah, you missed that. You missed that Blastoise, man. That was a good one. Now, he says 1 Battle Booster and 1 Sublist. Oh, that finishes the Sublist. Joey Barton. It shows you that there's cool stuff in them. Can I snipe the Darkrai? He's gone. You're out of time to snipe him. I'm sorry. You would have had to have already placed the order just a few orders away from that one. All right, you ready? That's okay, Joey. We'll just get you the Sublist spot right now. It's possible. You have a 2 out of 11 odds. About 1 in 5. 1 in 5.5. Give me a number, guys. Give me a number. Mary gobbles glizzies like a goosey spread. You got to say like a Cramorant. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Good luck. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 is it. I'm sorry, Joey. It's not my fault. Them's the rules. Oh, Joey. All right, let me grab the large now. The winners are Edgar Gonzalez. He had 2 spots in here. And Kevin O'Neill, right? Kevin O'Neill on 7. Kevin O'Neill's been here for a really long time, man. It's cool that he's been here so long. So is Joey Barton. He's been here for a while, too. Joey Barton, you're up here somewhere. Ugh. What's in the large, says Omar. All the good stuff. The best stuff. The stuff that makes you say, besties. Isai Rivera, 1 Topps movie pack. Damn. All right, loving this. Now, as you know, these are expensive booster packs, but the actual box is really expensive. That's why. So he is taking a pack for himself. You know, I had to send a couple of these out to grade, I'm thinking. CGC actually gives 10s? That's right. So Mr. only does uppers. I like caffeine a lot. And I do like sugar as well. A whole lot. I like the way they make me feel. I don't like the way alcohol makes me feel. So I easily avoid alcohol in life. Farewell, Team Rocket. Okay, you got Farewell, Team Rocket, huh? Cool, man. Looks really nice. Mister, you missed Joey's order. Oh, was there more to Joey's order? I'm sorry. Oh, Joey, you're next, Joey. We're going to take care of that. I'm sorry, Joey. For some reason, I thought we were done. We're going to take care of that, Joey. Okay, we got a Pokemon Wonderland. The flute. She's playing the skin flute. Articuno attacks. Enter Elekid. And Professor Oak's findings. Uh-oh. He found out your internet search history. You're in trouble now. Your parents can have a long talk with you. All right. Isai, very cool, man. All right, here we are. Yay! Back to Mr. Joey Barton. We didn't finish his order. I got sidetracked by the Sublist, didn't I? So he needs 2 slime packs. All right, I have to go get a fresh box for you. 1 Evo Skies and a dollar to charity. Yay! Wait. This 1 pack could change his life. It's possible. Can I pay $20 to have a fresh cut? Yeah. I found some very unholy anime stuff on Amazon, and I'm mentally scarred forever. 102 likes, Mr. Time for a slab rotate. I think we just did one, but let me go grab the slime. I need a new box of it, and I know where to get it. How much for ramen? A bazillion. Yeah, we have ramen for sale. Did you guys know that? I'm not kidding. I sell ramen now. I've imported ramen noodles from Japan, and I'm buying them in bulk quantities, like whole sealed cases of them. And so I'm able to sell them because of that lower price that I received when I imported such a large amount of them. All right, you ready? Here you are. And if you were to order ramen, you combine ship it with your Pokemon cards. Here we are. Oh. So what we got? We got, oh, that's the 1-pack snipe. Is ramen different to noodle? That's right. Wonderful, man. He got the 1-pack Umbreon snipe. You had a nice round after all. He says, oh my gosh, how much is the ramen? So it's fairly expensive ramen noodles, but that's because it's really good stuff, okay? Now this ramen noodles, it will arrive in a 5-pack and it will cost $55, but that's shipped, okay? So that's including the shipping already. So if you were to add that with your cards that you were already going to ship out, you'll get 5 meals of the high quality ramen. It's like a luxury ramen. And then you would also get your card shipped out. That Umbreon needs more love. Inflation. The reason it's costing so much, of course, is because, you know, I'm having to have them ship it over to me. It's very expensive to ship. And it's a noodle already that costs a bit more money. So, you know, 55 for 5 packs. What is the brand? I don't actually know the brand. It's just in Japanese. Have you pulled a first appearance from the 2000 Top Pack? Mr. is a born hustler. This is big news. Mr., what is the ramen brand? I don't actually know. What if someone who is international wants ramen? I don't recommend it. It's too heavy to ship. It's pretty heavy, actually. Yeah, so a box of that ramen is definitely over £1, I think. Yeah, it's well over £1. All right. So Joey Barton. Mr. Joey, you're up top. How about a snipe, dude? But anyways, yeah, it's a really lovely ramen. And it's like a tonkatsu ramen with a little bit of a soy sauce flavor. You can get different types of flavors, but I've eaten a whole bunch of different like imported ramens, and I like recognizing the patterns. So this one's like a tonkatsu ramen with the soy sauce flavor, and it just tastes really, really good. What I like to do, I like to take like cheap cuts of pork, and then I boil it until it's cooked through, and then I slice it up, and I leave it sitting in the pork broth from the actual ramen noodles. Then after it's sat in the pork broth for a while, I'll add like a boiled egg cut in half, and then I'll boil up the noodles, and I'll drop it into the broth when those are soft enough. But that's how I do it, and it tastes real good. Isari says, one tops two. Oh, I already did that one. Brooks Bellinger. Oh, Brooks. Another Pokebread, please. Should I grade my Fossil Hollow Magneton? Yes, grade with either of us, TCCG or PSA. Look, if you grade with us, it's something you do because you love us, okay? You like our merchandise. You like this community. You're going to get more value out of grading with PSA. If you want to grade with PSA, you're not going to hurt my feelings ever, guys. So grade with whichever company you want, okay? But if you grade with us, it's because you like us, and it's like buying merchandise. We appreciate it. Here's a Lilligant. Ooh, you know, there's all these YouTube channels, and they sell you all kinds of merchandise, and the merchandise is usually like some form of article of clothing. I'm not against people making money selling clothing, but it's just going to sit in your closet, and it kind of is a consumable. You know, at some point, you're going to throw it away. If you get a Pokemon card graded, at least you can know that the card is authenticated. You know, if it came off of our table, we know that you haven't had a chance to manipulate it. You can send it back to PSA for a cross grade. You might even be able to sell it to someone within our community. So it's got some value. I don't know what you want to think the value is, but it's got some value to have it graded here. And that value might be close to what you paid to have it graded anyway. So if you send it to me for $15, well, you're paying $15 to let everyone know, here's TCC's opinion on the card's grade, right? So it's a $15 opinion is what it is. And again, so all you're really doing is adding $15 of cost to that card. But if you just send it to PSA, well, then you spend $30 or whatever it is. Well, you know, you got to like ship it to PSA and all that. So probably a little more than 30. But you got to send it over to them. Maybe it costs you closer to 50 in the end. And now you've got a much more popular company, and whatever their grade is going to be, that's what the larger Pokemon card community is going to accept that, okay? Brooks Bellinger, I'm sending in for TCCG right now. Can I grade the ramen? Yes. Did John get in trouble for sending notes? Not at all. I just mentioned to John I'd prefer that he doesn't. All right, so Brooks Bellinger. Let's see. Mr. Brook. There we go. Yay! Whew. All right, refreshing. A security challenge? What? You don't think it's me? Why is PayPal always giving me a security challenge? Dude, it's giving me another security challenge. Maybe I log in too much. They don't like it. Hold on, I'm filling out like this stupid security challenge. Wow, they gave me like 6 security challenges to work through. That was crazy. What do your TCC slabs look like? I wish I had one on hand. They look nice. So, let's see. We helped Brooks last. Now we have Arjun Joshi. 100 to my Gyarados SLAB-AWAY. You got it, Arjun. Here it is. This drops down to 300. Perfect. Now we have Peyton Van Winkle, Battle Boosty. Hey, the Battle Boosters are getting kind of popular. Battle Boosties. There we go. We're at the 2-hour mark. It's 5:40. Mr. Joseph says, Joseph has a comment. He also donated $6. He says, what makes it more infuriating about the basketball girl is that she hates America. She refuses to go out on the court when the national anthem plays. I wonder if she still hates America and feels like it's a racist country. I'm glad she got captured. All these celebrities are so entitled. Well, she's not really a celebrity if she's just somebody. I've never heard of her before. Usually a celebrity is a bit famous. But yeah, it just sounds like she's definitely bit into that ideology, the hate America ideology. I think I did hear about that, about her, but I didn't really think too much about it at the time. But that's interesting that you bring it up, because it's like, here you have somebody who doesn't even like America, but we're expected to give up a valuable prisoner for her so that we can have a basketball player back. It's just, that's not what you do when you're having a proxy war with another country. You don't trade them, their star player, an actual war asset, for a civilian who plays basketball, which is what she is. I didn't know she didn't like America. According to Joseph, she doesn't, which I would not be surprised if that was the case. Nick Week, because she's not the first person who's told me that, so I think it's probably got some truth to it. Nick Week says 5 hobby packs of Gypsy Queens and live shipping. You got it, man. 5 Gypsy Queens. You know what? Where'd I put the Gypsy Queens? Maybe I need a new box. We're getting a new box, because I'm pretty sure we need a new one. All right. What's the most expensive you own? This one right here. I wanted 6 of them, said Mr. Baba Bawak. You got it, man. 6 Gypsy Queens. That's what you paid for, I assume? There we go. Mister, I paid for 6, but stayed at 5. Good socialism came from Sweden. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Ooh. Hey, mister, what is the battle booster? It's the best. Mister, did you ever measure your pee-pee? Oh, yeah. Measured it like 1,000 times. All right. I don't see you doing a lot of Beckett slabs. Is there a reason? Not a super big fan of Beckett. I just don't like the way the slab looks. That's all. I have nothing wrong with Beckett. They've never done me any wrong. I think that Beckett's in a lot of trouble because they got CGC taking a lot of sales from them, I'm guessing. All right, what do we got? On my way to the post office now to mail cards to you. Oh, nice, man. So I guess this one did not have a hit card in it. Black Label is OP, though. Let's see. Nick Weeg. Appreciate you opening some baseball cards with us. Oh, man, I don't like these small cards. They fall out of here. Luckily, my thumb caught it. Hey, that's the Cardinals. That's from St. Louis. Yeah, I don't like these little tickets, man. I apologize if I drop one. I think I dropped one stream. Okay, I think that was a cold pack. What do we got here? Oh, what's that going to be? Probably a signature. Are you ready? Let's get this sleeved up. Go Royals. The Royals are from Kansas City, which is nearby too. Eugenio Suarez out of 75. Okay, very interesting. She's got 2 delicious dumplings. That's why America went to war with Vietnam, for the ramen. That's right. Dude, America would be so stupid to trade a basketball player for like some sort of arms dealer. I would be so frustrated. It's like everything our leaders do already frustrates me. I thought about what to do with my 50K, open up a small coffee drive-thru shop where the girls wear bikinis. You could do that out here, actually. Did you know that? You could probably... I believe there's a chunk of property for sale right now, and it is a lakeside property designed for a waterfront business. So out here in Lake of the Ozarks, we have this unique experience where you can own a waterfront business that people drive their boat up to and park, And there was one of those up for sale on Zillow the other day. I wonder if it's still there. But that's where the girls in the bikinis go. They go to those businesses. What's up, Landon? All right. Bro, lots of men would go to this bikini coffee shop. Cheese, can you bend over and let me eat your perfectly rounded dumplings? What's that running, mister, price-wise? I remember recognizing that it was actually fairly cheap. I might be able to find it right now if I were to just search. Hold on. I'm curious about it too now. That's it, guys. We'll all pool our money together and buy a waterfront property out here for a restaurant. And we'll call it Stinkies or something. Let me see if I can find it for you because it's very interesting. It's an opportunity to start an actual business out here. The businesses where you have like a restaurant on the water, very unique kind of business. So let me see if I can find it. We're going to go by price. There's some $10 million homes. So if I scroll through this, should be able to recognize it if it hasn't sold. I'm down, Rodriguez. Drop the location. I'm trying. Hold on. I know, because I looked at it and I said, instead of buying a nice home for myself, I could buy this and try to start a restaurant. But I'm like, what am I doing, man? I'm trying to start another business. Stupid of me. A lot of land for sale out here, by the way. There it is. I found it. All right, so it's this guy right here. Rocky Mount, Missouri. So that's north of Osage. And you can see it's got like these benches here, and this is the restaurant. All right, click through the pictures here. So you can see that it has access to the water here and presumably here. And this is for eating outside, and this will probably be the restaurant right here. That's for sale for $800,000. Sounds expensive, but I mean, I assume you get all this too. It sounds expensive, but it is a business property, and it's a very special type of business property. That's it. So if you own this, and you could probably live there too, by the way. So, you know, if you own $1 million home in California, you could sell it, move in here, and start your restaurant on the water. You should look those restaurants up. They're very cool, man. The on-the-water restaurants are insanely cool. Look, Bikini Bay Bar. It literally says what you were just talking about. There's an aerial view of it. I don't know what these big vats are for, water, I suppose. But if you look here, you'll notice that there's a water platform right here. And basically what this would suggest is this is where you would build your parking for the people who want to come to your restaurant on the water. So they would drive their boat up to your business, and they would park in the water in their boat. There's a lot of businesses like that out here. Super cool. Like, what's one? Well, I live next to Frankie and Louie's. Frankie and Louie's waterfront. So I live literally right next to this. It's in the cove next to me. Check that out. So this is the business you would build. So they put these parking spots out for the boat. And actually, it's a lot larger than this. There's a lot more over here. You just can't see it. And then this is an artificial beach with sand. You can just go there and play in the sand and the water. Very warm. And then you can see some umbrellas up here. So that's the actual restaurant in the back. And they serve like billions of people in the summer. It's just like always 100% full. And then behind it is a massive RV park too. And so I don't know who owns that, but whoever owns that is becoming like some kind of crazy multimillionaire right now. I don't know what their profits would be every year. Probably insane profits. They even sell gasoline too. They sell gasoline. Isn't that crazy? So you can fuel your boat there. And you double up as like a gas station, which that has to make you some kind of profit too. When you go there, there's all these girls in bikinis that help you park your boat, by the way. Yeah, girls in bikinis come up and help you park your boat. There's already a coffee shop like that. It's called Bottoms Up Espresso in California, but they wear mostly lingerie. There we go. Sorry about all that. That's just an interesting topic. All right. So that was for our good friend, Nick Weig, and he wants live shipping. Abigail Loper paid and requested shipping, but Mr. bagged up my packs. Any advice on what I should do? What's up, JTF? So JDF, is it the case that you need your other stuff added in? And so what's your name? Are you saying you have a bag under a different name? What's the name of the other bag? And can you send me like a penny message from that account? I'm finally going to get that Lugia sticker graded. This guy right here. All right, cool, man. That is sweet pulls. Sweet. Mr. Nick. No, I had a pre-existing bag. What was the name of the pre-existing bag? Can you tell me? There we go. How old was the pre-existing bag? JTF, how old was the pre-existing bag? It's not like a year old, right? Edgar Gonzalez, 1 battle boosty. You got it, man. All right. What happened to TMR? No pre-existing bag. Mr. Landon, send me a message on Discord, okay, Landon? Rip and ship in a bikini. No, I had no pre-existing bag. Oh, well, then you're fine. What can I help you with? Did you want those packets opened? Is that what you... Maybe he wanted the packets opened. Is that you wanted to know what was actually in them? You want them opened live? Joey Barton. 1 live, 1 sublist. Mr. Put on a Speedo. Soup. Ah, it's cold. I need the Fortnite packs I bought earlier shipped. They are shipped. I created a label for them and placed them in the shipping area. So I made a label for you. Now, 1 in the sublist, too. Okay, you got it, man. Joey Barton. Soup. Can't wait to get off today. Relax a little bit. Oh, I thought you bagged them. Well, I put them in a bag so that they don't get lost. But yeah, they're on top of the label right now, waiting to ship out. Andres Martinez, 100 on SLAB-AWAY. You got it, Mr. Andres Martinez. All right, Andres Ramirez. Oh, here he is, Andres Martinez. And how much is he paying toward it? 100, right? 100. Okay, that brings you down to 200.5. 5 lost Abyss packs. You got it, man. Well, I feel like we did more talking than card opening today. I was really distracted. Really enjoying the conversations this time. We got 4 here. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. Did you say relax? No, mister, you can't do that. I'm sorry. Back to work. You get off every day? Tee-hee. All right, guys, we should call no more orders now. It's getting pretty late. It's already 6, so no more orders. I think we were wrapping up anyways. Here we are. Mr. Andres. Here's Drapion. He's draping me. I need a property like that time to grow up. You talking about the one where you could probably live in it and then eventually develop it into a restaurant? Yeah, I mean, if you successfully did that, well, first of all, you need to get over there and start paying your mortgage. And I don't know what kind of work you'd be doing to bring in money for that mortgage. But once you're settled, you start talking to the bank about a loan. You tell the bank, I got a plan. We're going to turn this into a restaurant, but I need a loan in order to build a parking spot for the boats and to buy inventory, to buy equipment, and to get people on payroll. And so you develop a business. Once it's all built up, you start advertising it like crazy. And trust me, people will go to that business. The restaurants out here are so crowded with boats. I mean, I don't even want to go to them because it's like, I have to try and park my boat somewhere. They're so crowded, there's nowhere to park it. So Let's see. Andres Martinez. He said a small bag, so you might be in here. Here he is. I was right. Yeah, it'd be a very cool business to run. An on-the-water business where people drive their boat up to you, park the boat, and then they eat at your restaurant, and then they drive home in the boat. Andrew Bertrand. Let's open 8 Lost Abyss. Need that Giratina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need an NFT house. Yeah, exactly. People buying that online real estate. So goofy. See that video of Trump supporter crying on the news for the raid? I have not. I have not. Trump, save us! I make good food, and I'll have someone deliver on a wave runner. Oh, that would probably be pretty popular. But I don't think that would work very well. The food would get all, like, jumbled up in the wave runner, in my opinion. Also, it could get very wet. And it could be a lot slower than you think. I mean, if you're delivering to the nearby coves, that would make sense. But if you're delivering it anywhere substantial, you'd be looking at quite a drive. Got some one-piece cards. Nice, man. So, Andrew Bertrand, you got Berserker. Well, I'll figure it out. He says, we'll figure it out. If I was a millionaire already, I would be happy to finance somebody to come build a restaurant out of that, by the way. So if I had millions of dollars already, I'd tell you, come on down and figure it out, and I'll be your investor. You know what I mean? And we'll split the equity in the business or something. That would be very cool. Okay, Mr. Andrew. I'm outside Joe Biden crying, hoping he will get better. Hey, mister, how many times in past 3 years have you read, hey, mister, do you have a Charizard for sale? You got any Charizard? I just want really expensive slabs. Pokemon-themed restaurant. Thanks for the talk. I'm going to go work on my house. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There you go. Very good. Brooks Bellinger. Book grade first edition Hollow Magneton. You got it, man. All right. Have you ever played MTG? If so, thoughts? Have I ever played MTG? What are my thoughts? No, I've never played it. Oh, here we are. See y'all tonight. Got a jet. See you later. No more orders, guys. We are wrapping up. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe, we're about to break 50,000 subscribers. Here's Brooks Bellinger. And you're going to have 8.12. Oh my God, the time is flying, guys. Okay, let's see who's next. So this should be the last round. Oh, at least it didn't make me do another security challenge. Jesus. I'm loving these streams, guys. I'll be back on tonight, right? Marcos Rojas, 1 battle booster. We'll be on tonight again, getting those pokey sales. I gotta save up for a new home. Okay. Roman Ore. 5 slime, 5 7 deadly sin for Roman Ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's get those slam packs. Where'd I put them? We just had them, right? Oh, here they are. Mister, that's a large sublist, not the battle. Did I put you in the wrong list? Oh, I'm so sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all look the same, don't they? My brain thought it grabbed the battle boosters. 5, there we go. Gotta be a little careful with that. All right. Marcos Rojas. There we go. Oh, that's 5. Perfect. And 5 more. Boop. You ready? We got Gauther. I'm going to start buying Weiss slime packs. That's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Hendrickson, no longer human. Oh, you got Diane Childhood. She's so cute. I think she's a child in that picture. And Hendrickson. Mister, have you heard of the song La Vaca? What? Red Roxy says me. What? Okay, now we have this girl. This girl guy. This is probably a girl. Where's Cheese's Torchic? I don't know. And this girl. Leave it to me, Milim. Excellent. Marcos Rojas. It goes like this. La vaca moo, la vaca moo. Listen to La Vaca. It's dumb. What? I just got here, so you have to stream for 2 hours more. Sorry. Sorry. I don't think so. But we're going to be live again tonight at our usual late night stream time. Max, Matthew. Did you need a new bag? Wait. This wasn't even for Marcos. This was for Roman. All right, Roman. Sorry about that. Roman ore. We were fixing for the other guy, weren't we? Here we are, Roman. We found your bag. Roman ore. Beautiful. Ivan Ramirez for my SLAB-AWAY. 175. Ivan Ramirez. Here he is. So you'll come down to 300 even, I believe. Nice, man. Thanks. Lots of SLAB-AWAY payments. Cheese says 40 on my SLAB-AWAY, 2 Lost Abyss. You got it, Cheese. So this becomes 80. And let's snip these up. La Vaca Moo. Snip. What we got? Cold. Oh my God, you did it! You pulled the Delphox. Yay! I'm sorry, Cheese. That's a Delphox. Cheese, you deserve more than that. You deserve better than just a Delphox, Cheese. Boy, I've had an itchy throat all day. Maybe I do have COVID. I don't know what is up with that. Here we are. I'll give you guys some special COVID in your Pokemon. All right, last refresh. We do have a final order. Jonathan Sylvester, 8 Lost Abyss. You got it, Jonathan. Mister, get tested for monkeypox. My wife gave me monkeypox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. Ooh, ee. Keep your monkey paws off of me. Mister, let's play Minecraft. I could probably play a little Minecraft today. Nah, I gotta hang out with my wife at least a little bit. She gonna break up with me because I never spend time with her, guys. She's lonely. Cold. Shiftry. Oh, it's Drapion. He's draping me. Cold. Come on, Giratina. Where's that Giratina? I should just go buy us a Giratina, and I'll put it into like a large or something like that. Here we go. So, Mr. Jonathan, how do you get COVID? You don't go out. I don't know. I'm just that cool. I'm sure I don't have it. Probably just have a regular cough. All right, here we are. Probably have that incoming heart attack cough. If you could have a clone, your life automatically 10 years shorter, would you? Ooh. Definitely not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the clone's not like my slave doing all my work for me, right? No, I would never choose that. In every scenario, I'd say no. That's it. We're done. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you tonight.